Tim Tebow, right?
I saw it coming.
Tim Tebow.
I saw it coming.
Couldn't throw a lick, right? But he was a winner. They constructed the offense around him. He beat the Steelers in the playoff game, right? He did all these things. Where's Tim Tebow now?
Yo, Beth. That shit crazy.
On a Saturday, it's All Even with your boy Barry Grant. You can catch me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can catch me on Twitter, Instagram at All Even Podcast. I'm all over the place, man. And trust me, go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment because the page is growing. Page is definitely growing. You know, I got my homies here. What's up, Carl? How you doing? Nicole's in the building on the ones and twos. Big show today. I got two of my very good friends on the show. I'm not going to introduce them right yet, but, you know, they're wild cards. You know, they got a lot to say. This may get very contentious, especially with the man sitting right in front of me. You know what I mean? But it's all good. It's all good. But we're going to introduce them now. What's up, Jeff?
What's going on, brother? Man? I'm feeling great, man. How you feeling?
All good, man. All good. You know, it's a good day. It's a beautiful Saturday. You know,
I'm loving the studio. It's beautiful, bro.
Good, I appreciate you saying kind things about the All Even studio. You know, every guest that comes here, they don't want to show love to the studio. I feel like kicking them out, but we got to do the show.
It's a really beautiful studio.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You know what's crazy is that I don't have a fridge right now. So, you know, it's hard for me to, you know, have the energy right now to actually do this show because I'm hungry. I don't have anything in my fridge because my fridge is broken.
You know, I don't have any ice cubes.
Yeah, you gotta keep it old school, bro. You gotta do a bucket of ice.
Where do I get the bucket of ice from?
Gas station, bucket of ice, man. Throw it in the sink with the cold meats on top.
I can't do that. But listen, we got lots to get into today, right? We got Lakers talk, we got Nets talk, Kyrie Irving, we got Russell Westbrook. There's a lot of stuff going on there. We got Knicks talk about the whole Donovan Mitchell situation. We got NFL talk. We got top 10 controversy between Lamar Jackson and, you know, Bernard Pollard and things that happen over there. We got the Zach Wilson stuff we definitely want to get into as well. Talk about mom jokes.
That's my quarterback, son.
That's my quarterback. There's a lot of stuff going on today,
Not even
man.
a Jet fan. That's my quarterback.
Facts. He got a lot of brownie points this week. But, you know, we still got to see how he plays on the court. Or on the field, excuse me. And then, obviously, the greatest segment on the planet, W of the Week. So, my thing is, let's get into the NBA stuff. I don't really understand all the stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah, very confusing.
The thing with me is that there's a lot of reports going out. Kyrie wants to be a Laker. Kyrie wants to stay a Net. KD wants to go. The Nets want to trade him. The Nets don't want to trade him. But the new information that came out yesterday is Russell Westbrook and his agent part ways after 14 years. And what's crazy is that the agent came out and said that they had, you know, irreconcilable differences where the agent wants Russ to stay a Laker, and we would think that if they have differences, Russ doesn't want to be a Laker. So for me, this is
how do you hype?
This is a celebration. This is great. Like I want him gone. So
this is very true.
It makes sense if he doesn't want to. If he doesn't want to be a Laker, and LeBron doesn't want him to be a Laker, and the agent says you need to be a Laker, he's like, nah, I don't want to be here. Then we need to make this happen and stop the BS, the bullshit, and let's get this deal done.
Stop the bleeding.
Just stop the bleeding, right? What are your thoughts on that?
But who wants that contract?
Nobody does.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Who's going to want to take on that albatross of a because Chris Paul's contract was an albatross a few years ago. He played his way right into making it a great contract. Russ did not do himself that favor this past season.
Well, I mean, the thing is with Chris Paul, although his deal was bad, right? He was still a great leader. So even if his skills are diminishing, you're still getting the leadership qualities that can be able to push a franchise where it needs to go. Every team that Chris Paul has ever been on has been a number. They've broken the record in regards to wins for their franchise everywhere he's gone. So this is something that he brings to the table. What does Russ bring to the table? Yikes!
It's a triple double,
right?
Bad shots,
turnovers,
turnovers,
bad outfits.
This is true.
You know,
because we see that at the beginning.
Dresses like he closes his eyes and just picks thick stuff in the closet. Wow.
Yeah.
Claude, what do you think he's dressing?
He wears pant shirts.
It's all bad.
I've never heard him described that way.
Pant shirts.
And for some reason, I got an image of Hillary Clinton in my
Yo, but he would take that Hillary outfit and style it. That's
his jam.
And then somebody would go onto it and be like, yo, that's fire. Why you lying? Like, come on, man.
I think we take fashion a little too far.
OD. A little too far. You know, going back to the topic, though, I mean, listen, they got to get this deal done. What I'm hearing is that the Nets want the Lakers 2 first-round picks for 27 and 29. Lakers don't want to give up both assets because they believe that if you give up both assets in this deal, you're now sacrificing future deals down the road. We've seen what happened with the Anthony Davis situation where they gave up a lot. Now they won a championship, but now you're seeing the remnants of what happens when you give up everything. You don't have much flexibility in regards to trades because if they probably kept a pick or two back, now you have more assets to be able to trade now for Kyrie Irving, right? You have four picks. You can be willing to give up 2. Absolutely. But you only have 2 now. Do you want to do that? The way I look at things is that you're pairing LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis together. I think that's the best 3 pairing in the NBA. You don't have a lot of trios in the NBA, but you're pairing LeBron James and Kyrie. They work very well together. LeBron James and Anthony Davis work very well together. So if you put all 3 of those guys together, even if they give you the most 60 games together, that's still a lot of games.
Yeah.
And that's very, very productive basketball that you're going to get out of those 3. Because I know Kyrie's going to be on his best behavior, although he's a weirdo, right? AD has a lot to prove because he's been hurt the last 2 seasons after winning a championship. So he's been in the gym with Lethal Shooter. You know, I don't believe in all those shooting videos. It's all cap. But we're going to see how it produces on the court. But he has a lot to prove because if he has another injury-plagued season this year, the Lakers are going to have to start considering, do we invest into this guy long-term? You can't. 3 straight seasons of being hurt, you cannot invest in a guy like that. And then LeBron James, he's 38 years old, still playing at a high level, but how long can he do this for? You know what I mean? So you have to you got to capitalize on the window that you have right now. And keeping Russ, no matter if it's for 10 games, for 15 games, for All-Star break, you can't do it because you're taking away from that window of LeBron James. You got to maximize it. Just like the LA Rams in football, they make trades. They trade first-round picks for the next 6 years. And you know what they say? Fuck them picks. They don't care about them picks. It's about winning. If they would have cared about picks, Rams wouldn't be Super Bowl champs right now.
Yep.
Because those picks that they gave up, gave them Von Miller, gave them all of these other guys. So those pieces helped them win a championship. You got to look at it like that. I understand about moves and stuff like that, but you got to make sacrifices when you got great players. You don't see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers caring about picks. They got Tom Brady. So whatever it takes to win, you're going to win. And you figure that shit out when he leaves. Simple.
And that's why I think the Lakers are going to blink first.
I think so.
Because I think not giving up that second pick is more of an optic thing.
Yes.
They don't want to look like they're selling the farm for Kyrie.
Desperate.
And then get egg on their face.
Correct.
But, I mean, with what you got going on in the building and no real other trade partners or acquisitions, especially not for us.
And now with this news coming out that there's some, you know, the agent left now. The agent came out and said he wanted him to stay with the Lakers. And what other differences can you have if that's not the main difference? That the agent wants you to stay, but you might not want to stay. Now, I saw a report come out that says Russ has not asked for a trade, right? So I guess they're trying to kind of clean things up.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we saw LeBron in Summer League, man. You know, Bron's always tapped in. Bron didn't even look at Russ. Didn't even look his way.
He may not have asked for a trade, but I'm pretty sure
the whole
he doesn't
off
want to be
season.
there. I'm pretty sure.
Listen, how does it feel, right? When you walk into a room and everybody's looking at you like, hey, what's up, man? And you know as soon as you leave, they trashing you. That's exactly what's going on with the Lakers.
Bro, there was a clip.
Well. Yeah, go ahead.
There was a clip of Russ hyping up the young guys, hyping up the team while they was going through their little like downward spurt, and LeBron and AD were checked out, fam. They didn't even look this man's way, bro. Like, how are you talking?
Right.
How are you talking?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I always say, if I was a teammate of Russell Westbrook, I'm talking about like back in the day when he was doing his triple-double thing and everybody's just cheering him on and Russ, I would fight him because there's no way I'm gonna have talent on that wing and I can't get the rock. Give me the rock, man. Let me live a little bit. I don't want to play with Russ. And Bron, the thing with Bron is that he's so smart that a lot of people who are smart believe that they can be able to change everything, right? They can be like, oh, I can be able to change this. I can be able to do that. I can be able to do that. So he thought that, everybody else can't change Russ. I can change Russ. Well, newsflash.
Yeah, you can't.
Not even you can change Russ because his mentality, that's the biggest problem, is that when an athlete believes that they are who they are and they can't see anything else, that's a problem. Like when you're on a team and you only say, well, I do this. Well, we need you to do this. No, I only do A. Well, we need you to do B. If you can't do B, we have a problem.
And he's been validated.
Yeah.
Where'd the $40 million contract come from?
Right.
Where'd the triple-double MVP come from? I want an MVP getting triple-doubles.
Right.
You can never tell me for the rest of my career, this is not what I'm supposed to do.
The league has enabled his behavior.
Exactly.
Absolutely. 100%. 100% because he won an MVP because he got those triple-doubles. And it wasn't like the Thunder were a #1 seed. So if you're they were like 6 or 7
if you're going to give it
year.
to Steve Nash because he had a better record than Kobe and Bron that year, what are we doing with Russ?
Exactly.
We just threw that out the window?
There you go.
But he was more ball dominant.
Yeah.
He was more ball dominant on OKC.
Facts.
Now you come on the Lakers, you can't really be ball dominant no more.
And exactly. And
you
you already know that when you come to a big market like LA, the one thing LA does is that it exposes you for your weaknesses. It can highlight your strengths, but if your weaknesses are big,
get shown a whole lot more.
Man, you show your ass. And
LA fans are worse than Skip Bayless.
LA fans are the worst, period. Trust me. As a Laker fan, they're bad. They're bad.
Every time.
We're rough. We're rough.
How about this? I was watching ESPN today, the other day, and they said they wanted Russ to be a kind of like a shooter slash like pick type of person. That's not his game.
Yeah.
First of all, he's not a shooter, number one.
Never been.
And a pick type of person, that's just not him. He's not setting the pick for nobody else. No. He wants you to set a pick for him so he can do whatever he got to do.
Listen, as much as I love the Lakers, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted to strangle Darvin Ham because every time they spoke to Darvin Ham in Summer League, he's like, yeah, man, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use Russ in the dunker spot. I'm gonna use him as a screen. I'm like, what are we talking about here?
He has to say that, though.
I know he gotta say that, but come on, son. Like you dragging it right now. Like yo, I was watching that video, not lying to you. I'm like, yo, that's cap. That's all cap.
I don't think anybody believed him.
It's all cap.
I don't think anybody believed him.
I definitely didn't believe it.
Nobody believed it, bro. Not even the person interviewing him believed it.
He's not setting a screen for nobody to, like, that's not his game.
And first off, if you're gonna set the screen for somebody, you set the screen. Nobody ain't worrying about you anyway. So it's gonna be a double team anyway.
Because you can't shoot a mid-range.
Right, you're not gonna pop back out.
And your
go ahead, set the screen, pop out. We're just gonna double Bron.
Yeah,
especially what happened last season.
Yeah,
go ahead, set the screen and see what happened.
Right,
they gonna let you shoot all day long,
bro. The dude missed like 15 dunks last year. We talking about a dunk here.
Yeah. Like, how about the alleys? What about the alleys? Those looked embarrassing. At least the dunks is like, whatever, he didn't get enough lift. The alleys that just went to other people's hands or didn't even come close to bouncing off the rim for your teammate?
Threw it to the fans, the coaches.
Jesus Christ,
threw it to the refs.
But even so, let's talk about last play positions, right? Dude missed a lot of layups, spin moves he's making. Like, bro, I'm trying to figure out where you going. Where you going?
People that's not there.
If you're watching the game, he got the ball. Last couple of seconds left of the game. Dude is making spin moves. It don't make no sense.
I ain't gonna hold you. You see this big ass TV that's over here? There was plenty of times in the season where I felt like dragging my TV off the base and just breaking it because Russ makes you feel that way.
He'll leave his feet.
I threw my goddamn remote to the TV.
Playing, bro. He
Yeah, he's
gets
bad.
in the air, and it's like you can
He's
see
bad.
him thinking in the air.
He's bad.
Like, oh shit, I fucked up.
He's definitely
Like,
bad.
That's just crazy.
He's definitely
It's like
bad.
you look at it, you be like, oh, that's that moment. We knew we fucked up.
Yeah.
We gave him the
Yeah,
goddamn
yeah.
ball.
You can do a couple of those videos with Russ.
Yeah. That's facts.
Come on, man. It's
Now,
terrible.
talking about the Brooklyn Nets, do you see a trade for Kevin Durant? Because with the DeAndre Ayton, the Suns matching that deal now, right? He's going back to Phoenix on the big deal. Where does Kevin Durant go? His options are very limited at this point.
I mean, personally, I did see a trade for him.
Yeah.
I looked at it as, okay, he's asking to be out.
Right.
Let's trade him or whatever the case may be. But then just the other day, they putting up pictures and a whole post of him. He's the main focus.
Oh, the Barclays, right?
Yeah, you got the main focus. Kyrie not in it, but he's the main focus of the whole team. So then it's like, okay, is he staying with the Nets, or does it look like he's going to go to Phoenix, or does he want to go to Miami? Different. I don't know. We don't know where he's want to go, but like he's like a wild card. To be honest with you, never know what this man is thinking.
Yeah,
he's saying a whole lot, but you don't know what's going to happen with him.
Yeah, the thing is with me, I think that the biggest problem for him, for Kevin Durant, is that he has no leverage. He has zero leverage. He's basically asking the Nets to just do him a solid. And if the Brooklyn Nets are a smart franchise, they look KD in the face and say, "We'll see you at camp. You're on the contract for you just signed this deal." So it's not like Kyrie, who has 1 year left on his deal and he has the leverage, right? It's either you trade me, give me my extension, or I'm out, right? Either way, I'm out. KD is under contract for 4 years. They ain't got to do nothing.
But also, if you look at it, let's look at his track record.
Yeah.
As of recent, he's just bouncing from team to team right now. Obviously, he was on Golden State. He won championships over there. He leaves there, go to Brooklyn. Now you want to talk about you want to leave Brooklyn for what? You wanted to be the man.
When he created the mess.
You wanted to be the man.
He created the mess.
He has negative leverage.
You know what I'm saying? He has no leverage.
Because
He has no leverage
at least
whatsoever.
Kyrie, we know Kyrie gonna use up all that PTO.
Right.
He just not gonna play.
Facts.
Kevin's gonna play.
Kev's gonna play.
He gonna play and pout.
Kev just wants to hoop, right?
Yeah, he just wants to hoop,
That's what
right?
he always says. He just wants to hoop.
So we know you're not even gonna sit out.
Facts.
If I'm Brooklyn, I'm keeping him for another year.
Yeah.
After that Rudy Gobert trade, where are we gonna go?
Right.
We're not giving. We're
That
not
was
getting
huge,
that.
right? That was huge,
That's
right?
messed
That
up-
was
that
huge.
messed up
That was
everything.
huge right there.
That was a great segue, and I appreciate y'all for that. Y'all podding right now because I definitely want to get into that.
That was.
I want to
huge.
tell y'all right now that the reason why the NBA is what it is right now, we're talking about in this present off season, where there's no trades happening. Donovan Mitchell's supposed to be a Knick, and that went to shit, right? Is because Danny Ainge has completely destroyed the NBA. Danny Ainge has completely destroyed the NBA, and how convenient is it that a Celtic fucked up the league for the Lakers, right? Because here's the thing. Danny Ainge has always been a guy that's wanted to win. He has to win every trade he gets. And people always look at Danny Ainge like, oh, you know, Danny Ainge is such a great GM and executive. No, he's not. What he does is that he preys on stupid GMs. That's what he does all the time. Some sucker out there is going to give him what he wants, right? Mm-hmm. He looks like a genius while you look like the fool. Because here's the thing. He may shoot a shot, right? I can say that Danny Ainge is the cause of this, but the actual culprits of this as well are the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Minnesota Timberwolves gave up 5 picks for Rudy Gobert. Let's talk about this. We're not talking about LeBron. We're not talking about KD. We're not talking about Steph. We're talking about a big man that cannot score, that he's dependent on everybody else, that's not really a needle mover. You gave up 5 picks for him. So now the market is completely fucked.
Completely fucked.
Because now the Knicks are trying to get Donovan Mitchell. And what does Danny Ainge do? He asks the Knicks for 6 first-round picks. Plus RJ Barrett.
10 years ago, they did it.
I don't even think 10 years ago they would have did it. Bro, that's a crazy asking price.
Crazy ass.
But guess what? That's the market that's been set now. That's why KD can't get traded. That's why Donovan Mitchell can't get traded. That's why Kyrie can't get traded, because you now are looking for that deal. Nobody else is giving you that deal. That's why the KD market is nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's crazy.
That's
Danny Ainge fucked up the league. Fucked up the league. And he does he care? No. He doesn't care.
Danny Ainge is the type of dude, he'll give away superstars.
He don't care.
He don't really.
He just want the picks.
That's all he doesn't care.
All he want the picks so he can kick the picks down the road.
Yep.
Keep kicking the picks down the road. He's not picking nobody.
Absolutely.
He's just gonna draft some. He's just gonna trade out of that draft, get more picks so he can look like the genius. Danny Ainge is no genius. He just preys on stupid ass GMs. And the thing is, the reason why we have CBA issues are because of stupid GMs.
They're gonna fix that. Because Adam Silver talked about that 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
2 years in a row. He's like, yo, how do I get my players to play basketball? So you know they're gonna be
big CBA issues,
yeah,
bro.
They're gonna be
big
CBA changes come
big
next time
time
around.
CBA issues. Now let's stick on this Donovan Mitchell thing. Now you said it, Jeff, that if this was the Knicks 10 years ago, they would have did the deal. Do you feel that the Knicks should make this deal? I'm gonna speak to Claw because I know Claw is a Knicks fan. What do you think? You don't care if they get him or not?
I wanted him, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
But would you give up 6 for him?
I'm not giving up 6.
Yeah.
Would you give up 4?
I'd give up 5.
You give up 5.
I'm not giving up RJ.
But RJ's a sticking point for you.
Need RJ.
What about you guys?
I wouldn't give up RJ either.
Right.
That's where we're all in agreement.
I wouldn't give up that either.
Right.
It's your guy. You don't
Like,
your guy.
Yeah.
Facts.
Because you're not gonna sit up here and say Julius Randle is your guy.
He wants out.
You understand what I'm saying?
No. It's not the fact that he wants out. They want him out.
You understand? That's what I'm saying. So when you look at it,
Yeah.
When you look at last season, he's not that guy.
Right.
RJ made the stride.
Facts.
So then why not you gonna give him away?
Right.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
I'm not giving him away.
It's RJ. It's RJ's team right now. Yeah.
I'm not giving him away. I'm keeping him.
He's a future.
Yeah.
I'm keeping him.
So you need to pair him with Donovan
Absolutely.
Mitchell. You can't trade him away
Because that's gonna be your 1-2 punch.
Exactly.
That'll be your 1-2 punch.
And Devin Booker.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving him away. It makes no sense.
Right.
It's not even. But at the end of the day, it's the Knicks.
I mean, they've been making decent moves,
decent moves, but I've met their owner, bro. Once you meet that guy, it's hard to really root for their team. Meeting the
time has been proven for them to just do stupid shit.
Yeah, man. He's really all about the money. And as long as we're that,
it is true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Him, bro.
Like I would love for them to do something that makes sense.
Right.
But time has proven when the owner wants to be in everything. Now, mind you, he wants to say, "Oh, I'm handing over. I'm not going. My hands is off. I'm not doing anything." But at the end of the day, his hands are still in there. He's still
come on, man. Listen, man.
But listen, we made some strides, so we gotta have some optimism.
I'm gonna defend my man James Dolan.
You had some good strides. I'm not gonna say you didn't. The Knicks didn't have any good strides.
I'm gonna defend my man James Dolan right now. I'm gonna defend James Dolan right now because the man got all this money, right? He make money hand over fist for the Knicks, right? Whether they win, whether they lose, he making bread. He's just the money guy. He gonna say, "All right, cool. You want Phil Jackson? I'm gonna give you Phil Jackson. You want Homer Simpson as your head coach? I'm going to give you Homer Simpson as your head coach. You want Randall? Because everybody was screaming for Randall to get paid. All right, cool. Let's cut the check. So when these dudes don't work out, you can't blame me for that. I'm giving you what you want. Now, if it don't work out, it don't work out. But I'm trying my best to put the best basketball people in charge. So I think the Dolan excuse nowadays has ran its course.
Okay.
Because he's really trying to do what's best for the team. Gotcha. He hired Leon Rose, that was an agent for CAA. He's getting a lot of CAA agents, players now. They're trying to do things the right way. So you got to give Dolan that credit. You got to give Dolan that credit right now. So if things don't work out, I can't put it on Dolan because It's just the players that are just not maximizing their potential here in New York right now.
I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a defender.
I give you that.
I'm a defender.
Okay.
You know what I mean? People always bash him because he got that guitar. He playing with a stupid ass band.
And the
I'm
shit
a defender
is mad
right now.
weird, bro.
I'm a
Every time he
defender.
came into my restaurant, he made sure that his CD was playing
That's
in the
the hit.
background.
If I'm a
son.
billionaire, I'm gonna do it too.
right,
Why is my
listen.
song not playing in
Did
here?
you like it?
What's up?
Hell no, but his father was
Okay.
cool. Charles Dolan,
You see
is a
what I'm saying?
fucking man.
I'm gonna come
Shout
in there.
out to you, bro.
I'm gonna come in there with a CD. I'm gonna come in there with shirts for everybody. You make
Okay.
sure you wear, I want the staff to wear my shirts. Like that's how I'm gonna do it.
Since we
I'm doing.
talking NBA owners, what's up with Jeannie?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Jeannie
What's up
Bus.
with Jeannie,
We definitely
bro?
gonna talk about Jeannie Bus after the break.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money from that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Oh, listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast.
Yeah, don't make it the joint. What's up?
All even.
All Even
Yo,
podcast.
it ain't even up here, boy. We put this. Yo, what's up, man? All even. Yo, you. Oh my God, what's up with you, man? Now you. Well, that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump in the
All
camera?
even podcast, right?
Yeah, all
Shout out
even.
to All Even podcast, right? All even. That's your man.
My man.
All right, shout out to All Even podcast.
100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
Yeah. What is it, G? Oh, shout out, G. Oh.
He cool, man.
Welcome back, y'all. So, Jeff wanted to talk about Jeannie Bus and the Los Angeles Lakers. I spoke about this last week, and I'll talk about it briefly here again. She tweeted about missing Kobe, and people kind of looked into it like, oh, is she talking about LeBron? Is there something else going on? She had a Q&A interview, and she clarified everything. She said, listen, this has nothing to do with anything else other than me mourning. I'm still in mourning about Kobe Bryant. I'm still missing his presence. I'm still missing, the value that he brought to this organization. So, she's a very honest person, and I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt for that. You know what I'm saying? But here's where I gotta get her a little bit, and this is where I've kind of been angling for months about, is that Jeannie, it feels to me that she's in over her head a lot of times. Like, she's an owner that doesn't feel like she has control of what's going on in her organization. And it's not about her being a woman. It has nothing to do with it, right? And I want to put that out there. It has nothing about her being a woman. It's about she listens to too many people.
Thank you.
And, she even said in that interview, I have these people. I like to collab. She's a collaboration type of person. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. She has the final say, but if you got 15 motherfuckers that you're talking about, that you're talking to, that's too many opinions that you're going to be able to now come to a conclusion or a verdict about, right? That to me is too much. And for me, I think she needs to kind of shorten that circle and just kind of tell people, listen, I don't want another season like we had last year. That whole Russ situation that we tried last year, that shit dead. If we need Kyrie, let's go get Kyrie. Because guess what? If Kobe Bryant was here, Kobe Bryant would tell Jeannie Bus, you got to go get Kyrie.
Absolutely.
And we don't care about draft picks. When Kobe Bryant played, the Lakers didn't care about draft picks. What was the last great draft pick you heard when the Lakers was on top of their game? Devin George? Sasha Vujacic?
Yeah.
Like, we don't... Nobody give a fuck about them goddamn picks. Yeah. Nobody cares, right? It's about winning here. So for her, I just want her to be more of a leader, more of an owner, more of, I don't want to say dictator, but you call the fucking shots.
Right.
I need to feel that from you as an owner. What are your thoughts, fellas?
I mean, my thoughts on it is, like, just to piggyback off of what you said, you can't say you're the head, but then you got everybody trying to be a chief.
Right.
And there's not
Right.
enough Indians.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you the head, but yet you listening to this person. This person you making this person seem like they the head. This
Right.
person like they the head. They giving you if you have a knowledge of it, then just call the shots.
Exactly.
You can't have 15 people calling the shots.
Right.
Or 15 people in your head saying, no, you should do this or you should do that, you should do this. No, because then it's going to be crazy.
Right.
Then you're going to have a season like you had last season.
Right.
But my thing is, if you're the owner, if that's your thing, then you call the shots. If you know basketball the way you say you know basketball and you've been around it, your father is this icon, then call the shots.
Right.
Everybody can't call the shots.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like that's the issue right now, because it's like everybody is saying this. She got so many people pulling at her at one. You bringing in Phil Jackson. You bringing in like, just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Take a breather. And let's get this under wraps.
Right.
Because right now we all over the place.
Yeah. And
we don't know who to go to. We don't know who to, like, it's just too much.
And you know what it is too? Is that there's a lot of times where I feel that the Lakers, although we are this global brand and everybody knows the Lakers, just like the Cowboys, just like the Knicks, just like the Yankees, these are global brands that people recognize as soon as you see the logo. They know exactly what that is, right? But the Lakers operate like a mom and pop deli.
They are a mom and pop deli.
That's the
problem.
That's the sad
They
part.
are, but you can't operate like that.
Not
because
when you're a franchise like that.
This is what I'm saying.
Can't
Like,
do that.
You can't be a big time franchise. Like, they're the only big time franchise that behaves like a deli.
Yeah, they like
You understand what I'm saying?
They like look at over here. Like,
look exactly.
Over here, we
look
gonna
at
play
Steve
dominoes.
Ballmer.
We gonna,
Yeah, they don't have that money though.
Steve Ballmer's over here spending money hand over fist. You got Jerry Jones spending money hand over fist for the organization. The Yankees spending money hand over fist. But for Jeannie, you got to take risks. Lakers are going to make money. So even if you got to put out more money, you're going to get it back.
Absolutely.
Especially if the product on the field is there, on the court is there. You can't worry about luxury tax when you're the Lakers. You just can't. You can't do that. And that's the problem that they ran into last season. The reason why Caruso's not here is because she's watching dollars.
Yeah.
Is the fact that you chose between Caruso and
And
THG, you watching dollars.
And I said it once, I said it twice. You letting these type of pieces go.
Right.
Which really fucked up the whole franchise.
Everything, bro.
Everything.
2 years ago, y'all go to the bubble.
Right.
And y'all win.
Right. Because of those guys.
Your defensive level is at an all-time high.
Right. And
you let Caruso go. You let go.
You trade Kuzma.
Caldwell Pope.
You trade Caldwell Pope.
You let these pieces go. Now here it is. You come back the following season. Y'all ain't shit.
Right.
Defensive, now y'all number, what, 30, 40. y'all in the high totem pole. Like, let's be serious. Y'all was, what, number 2, number 3 in defensive ranking?
For like 3 years.
You understand what I'm saying? Now here it is. You let those people go.
Yeah.
And now y'all ain't shit.
Yeah. And it's because of what? You penny pinching.
Yeah.
You can't penny pinch when you
worried
Lakers.
about the wrong shit.
Facts. And she said it again. We're gonna try to be competitive, but we're not gonna mortgage our future. Yes, you are.
Yeah, you got to.
Yes, you are.
You're a Laker. That's
You're a
what you
Laker,
do.
and that's what we do. We mortgage our future for stars.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys watch Winning Time, and I understand it's fantastical. It's not completely the real story. But Dr. Buss made a decision and stuck to it.
Right.
He
saw the vision.
He saw the vision.
He committed
and I
to
respect Jeannie. I think she has the knowledge in her. I don't think she has the confidence.
Yeah.
Because I never knew the Rabbi were that powerful in the Lakers organization.
But you said something that made a lot of sense. He saw something and he stuck with it.
Right.
Stuck with it.
So that basically tells me I'm not listening to no outside motherfucking voices.
I'm the voice.
I'm listening to what I'm thinking and what I'm saying.
Right.
What I say is law, and that's just it.
He saw money in Magic, and he put the money train behind Magic Johnson.
That's it.
You got LeBron James in your organization. This is coming on his 5th year as being a Laker.
Yeah.
If you don't believe that whatever he does for your organization, you've won a championship. You know the funny thing is, what I like to talk about is that people like to say, "Oh well, the Lakers, they're not as successful right now, bro. They won a championship 2 years ago." Like, I've never heard of anybody bashing an organization if you recently won a championship. But it's the Lakers because now there's a status, right? There's an expectation level.
How about this?
But it's crazy.
How about this though? Even though they won a championship, the moment that LeBron stepped on the court as a Laker,
the level rise.
You became a winning franchise. Forget that they didn't even win a championship.
Right.
Forget that. Injuries happened. All that stuff happened. Cool.
You automatically.
But what happened is they became a winning franchise again.
Yep.
Soon as he stepped on the court,
Yep.
now they number 2, number 3. They there.
Yep.
So
Yep.
let's just forget all of that. So
That's facts.
like forget, okay, he didn't win. He only won 1 championship. Forget all of that.
He won a
He became
the Lakers are a different fan base.
You're right.
The people
They're
I
nuts.
hear complain the most about the Mickey Mouse bubble ring are
Lakers
Lakers fans. I hear them complain about that the
Bro,
more than any other NBA
Lakers
fan.
fans still haven't accepted LeBron James.
Yeah.
which is insane
Which
to
is
me.
insane.
You got
Which
a
is
title,
insane to
and
me.
they still are like, he's no Kobe. Who cares?
But you understand, did they get to celebrate that title though?
No.
When they say it's a bubble championship, there was no parade that year.
Right.
Absolutely
So
not.
the people of LA don't feel that championship.
I
So
still
to-
feel it.
But
guess what?
3,000 miles
Listen,
away in New York, we
yeah,
feel it.
exactly.
But for them, it don't
felt,
mean nothing.
I felt that you see me in my purple
Right.
and gold. So
You
at the end of the day,
You
so,
right there.
You understand what
You
I'm
know what I'm
saying?
saying?
So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's like whether you felt it or not, he became once he came there, he made y'all a winning franchise again.
Right.
You wasn't winning like that without him there.
Exactly.
So once he came there, y'all became a winning franchise. So the fact that they don't respect him as a Laker just yet doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
I've asked that
It's
same
nonsense.
question online. I've said, yo, what would y'all have without LeBron? And they were like 16 world titles and great young stars. Like, these people, like, LA fans are different, fam.
Delusional, bro.
Different. I'm not going to say delusional. They used to win.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm a Laker fan.
So,
They're delusional because
Extremely.
what people don't realize about basketball, and this is why I don't speak hoops to a lot of people, is because people look at stats like it's the final thing, right?
Sure.
They go see Lonzo Ball play well in Chicago, right? They see Brandon Ingram playing well in New Orleans now. They see Josh Hart playing well as a role player. They have Jordan Clarkson winning 6th Man of the Year. All of these pieces, Ivica Zubac's on the Clippers doing well. All of these pieces that we had, right? Well, if we would have kept them, bro, that's not the way basketball works.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Not at
your
all.
potential is not maximized in the place that you get drafted. You got to go somewhere
Fact.
else. That's like if you work at a job, they're not using you correctly. You go somewhere else, and you end up being the boss and CEO.
And you start blossoming.
They didn't
Absolutely.
use you the way you needed to be used.
Absolutely.
And it's not the fact that they didn't want to. Maybe they didn't have the capacity to do so. The Lakers have we do not groom young players here. For decades, that's not the way we do things. What we do is we draft you, we get you ready, and then we ship you out for some superstars. That's what we do.
Yo, B, to even to just go on your point, sometimes some of these guys are just not ready for that limelight.
Exactly. They're not
They
built
may
for
be,
the LA
they may,
spotlight.
like you look at it, they be like, okay, you know what? Oh, this dude is killing, he doing this, he doing that. But at the end of the day, that limelight is something totally different,
different.
than when you go over to this team over here and that light is dim.
There's like there's
Now I
1,000
can shine.
cameras and reporters in LA.
It's totally different.
There's 40 reporters
Yeah.
in Charlotte.
Totally different.
Right? So it's different. It's a different vibe. You can be able to develop in a smaller market with no pressure. There's pressure here. There's pressure in New York. This is why a lot of people can't produce in New York.
Absolutely.
Because when you come here, the expectation level rises. The media is so big here, they expect more out of you. There's more criticism here.
And they always say, oh, that player, when he was over here, he was killing.
Right.
And when he get to New York, he ain't shit no more.
Because
you know what it is?
the-
Because now the light is so motherfucking bright.
different.
Yep.
It's
You
a-
can't,
yeah.
it's hard for you to
It's
try
a-
to perform
It's a different
if you ain't
animal.
that guy.
It's a different animal. There's not a lot of people that are built for the city life.
Absolutely.
Some people come to New York City from small places and they flourish, while some people come from a small place and they come to the Big Apple and they get sucked up. They get sucked up. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like
You can't be a country motherfucker
Right.
coming over here and then you gonna come to the city.
Right.
That shit is just too it's too bright for you.
It don't happen.
You got
like
slow
that,
motion
man.
over here. And
Right.
You got a whole lot of moving pieces over
That's
here.
it. That's
so now
it.
it's hard for you to perform the way you did in that small market
Right.
because this market is so big.
Right.
It's like, damn. Like,
You ain't driving no tractor over here, man.
absolutely not. Nah.
You ain't doing that over here.
You
know
got
what I'm saying?
speed. You got lights. You got
Yeah.
cars speeding all over the
Yeah,
goddamn.
man,
Now
you-
it's too much distractions.
You bump shoulders over here, you fighting somebody. Like you bump shoulders in Nebraska. I'm sorry. It's not the way it works over here.
You bump shoulders over here,
yeah.
it's gonna make the newspaper the next day.
Facts. It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe. Same
Don't
thing-
nobody care about the small market,
facts.
so you can do all types of shit. And
Exactly.
niggas, they ain't even paying
They
attention.
not
to
even
you.
worried about
They
it.
ain't paying attention to you. So
You know what I'm
now
saying?
you go in the bigger market. Now they're like, okay,
Right.
Oh, I see you now.
Yeah.
Now you being seen.
Think about it. Let's just use Julius Randle as an example, right? Julius Randle was dropping buckets with the Pelicans, right?
Yep.
Killed. That's why he got the deal with the Knicks. The first year with the Knicks, all right, Randle, he's erratic, but then the second year he played well, right? Everybody went from dogging him to loving him. He got the big contract, and now they dogging him again, right? Why? Because certain guys are not built for that spotlight.
Yeah.
When he got the money, nobody was expecting Randle to do what he did. It's
very depressing.
Then
it was very depressing.
Then he got the bigger money because they expected him to do what he did the year before, and he didn't do it. So now the expectation level rises in a big market. He's not meeting that. Now they're gonna kill him. That's what it is, and he's buckling under the pressure because he's like, "Yo, I did this last year. Y'all were praising me. That's the way it is.
It's the constant talk.
Right.
It's the constant talk.
Oh,
some dudes can't.
24/7.
Some dudes can't take that.
Right.
They
It's
can't take.
24/7.
Oh, this reporter saying something. This fan is saying something. Now I've got to walk the streets of New York and I'm hearing these fans saying this.
Facts.
Oh, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
You fucking up and you doing this.
Yeah.
He can't take that.
Right.
Now, but when he was over here, Pelicans is a smaller market.
Small market. If
So
they
now,
talk, you don't hear
ain't nobody
them.
saying shit. Ain't nobody saying shit to you in the streets.
Exactly.
New York, you come out of here. Soon as you walk out your goddamn house, somebody's saying something.
Exactly.
You automatically getting.
Julius Randle. Julius Randle can't go to no store right now. He paying full price when he goes to store. Oh, that's Randle? Yeah, charge him double. Charge him double.
Shit, he missed that motherfucking shot last night.
Exactly. You over here
That's
airball and
exactly-
turn the
that's
ball over.
exactly what's
We
gonna
lost the
happen.
game, charge him double.
Exactly
now
what's
Pat
gonna
can
happen.
come back to the city and get that love, right?
Yeah.
Telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you win consistently here, you're gonna be a god for life. You're gonna be a god for life. That's why certain Yankees gonna be a Derek Jeter come off the plane right now. They gonna carry him from the plane to wherever he going.
That's a fact.
He won't even have to touch concrete.
Absolutely.
Derek
God.
Jeter got a documentary coming out talking about all the messed up stuff he did while he was in New York. I don't care.
Nobody cares. Why? Because Jeter.
Nobody
Because
would care.
You know what I'm saying? He got.
Nobody would care.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. So like, if you win, it's a different.
Don't even come out.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But it's a different animal in these markets. So it takes a different type of person
Right.
to succeed in that market. You know what I'm saying? But moving on, we're gonna move on to the NFL. My man Big Jeff is the NFL guy. You know what I'm saying? So
NFL aficionado.
you know,
That's your lane. I'll let you take that.
we definitely want to talk about the Houston Texans settling with 30 women in the Deshaun Watson.
Oh, you mean the news dump they tried to slide past us at 3 o'clock on a
I saw
Friday
that.
afternoon?
I saw that.
Wait a second.
I saw that.
Wait a second. We're not going to bypass the fact that he just said 30 women.
30.
Yeah.
Okay. go
30.
ahead. Okay, go ahead.
30. So what they did was they came out
Sheesh.
with a statement and said that, we know we didn't have anything to do with what Deshaun Watson did, but the allegations are what they are, and we want to support these women. So they settled with these women. And listen, that is a noble thing for an organization to do. There's not many organizations that would do that, but at the same time,
They provided the NDAs.
that's not even the thing. That's not even
What do you mean?
every team does that. Every team does that. But my thing is that at the same time, this is so big that you really didn't have a choice. Because if you turned your back the other way, they'd have come and got
They
you.
come and get you.
So rather than do that, get in front of it and look like you actually care. What are your thoughts on this, Big Jeff?
But see, to me, that's telling, and I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is wrong.
Right.
Unequivocally, 1,000% wrrong. Whether you did it, whether you didn't, the optics are
Optics
bad.
are terrible.
The
Facts.
optics, so you're
Facts.
wrong. But that just lets me know that the Texans knew exactly what was going on.
Of course.
And why did this lawsuit not drop until after he asked for a trade? If he never requested a trade,
Right.
would we hear from any of this?
It's possible, but we don't know.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying the women aren't wrong. I'm saying that the NFL is definitely complicit in this, and these teams
Damn, you
need
going
to
with
pay
the NFL.
the Texans of the NFL.
Okay,
because it's part of an
I just wanted to
organization,
clarify that. You know
are
what I mean?
complicit in this, and it shouldn't all. I mean, I'm not gonna say it shouldn't all fall to the feet of Deshaun Watson. You're the actual person who did it, but they got to get a little something too. Whether it be a fine, whether it be their name slurred, whether you steal a couple draft picks for them, low rounds. I don't know. You can't take no first round, second round. they got to get a little something for this too, because they knew what was going on.
Right.
To settle this quickly, no fight, no pushback, no nothing, and then to do it on a Friday night news dump so that people don't even get to see what you did. Like, nah, they got to get a little bit. They got to get at least a slap on the wrist, because to me, they're not getting nothing.
Yeah, I got you. Okay,
They gotta get something, bro.
I agree with you, bro. I think something has to come down from the NFL to be able to really send a message. Like, they got to send a message. Like, listen, teams need to have a little bit more decorum about what they're doing. Like, this is an example of a situation getting out of control. Like, obviously, there's a lot of guys out there in sports. We're not just talking about in the NFL, in football, or whatever it is, that have certain things that they got set up with hotels and stuff with the team and NDAs and all that stuff. Sheesh. But this has really gotten bad. And the NFL needs to set an example and say, listen, we don't want this type of behavior going forward. Mm-hmm. This is messy. This makes our league look bad. And as the NFL, you put us in a bad spot to be able to now put down discipline, because we don't really know how to go about this. You know what I'm saying? Because in my take, I think I already said it on the show. I think Deshaun Watson needs to get suspended for the year. Like, there's no other decision that's going to suffice for me. You got to sit the year. And that's going to be 2 years out. And then once he sits out this year, they can reevaluate, and then you can put on another 8 games after that. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel.
I don't necessarily know much about this whole situation, but what I do know is a lot of times these celebrities, they take advantage.
Facts.
They take advantage of the carte blanche that they may have.
There you go. Yep.
So then you feel like you can do this or you can do that.
Yep.
And it's just like, bruh.
Remember we were talking about off camera about the self-awareness issue that celebrities have.
Absolutely.
Is that they feel like
I can just do whatever I want to do.
And that's what I feel about Deshaun Watson. I don't have the strongest feelings about the case, but you got to pay the idiot tax.
Facts.
You got to pay the idiot tax.
That's a good.
That's what I call it, bro.
I agree with you.
That's a good point.
That's what I call it. Like,
Absolutely.
you made your team look bad. You made the league look bad. You made yourself look bad. Shout out to the women, because no woman should ever have to go through that, ever.
Exactly.
And we're in a new day and a new time where you as a person, forget quarterback, you as a person know what's going on.
Right.
To know all of this and to still operate in the ways that you did. You gotta sit down.
Makes
man.
you
Absolutely.
look like.
You gotta sit down.
Makes you kind of look like you're not that smart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see all the nonsense that's happening in front of you, and you just be like, I don't think that applies to me. There's a self-awareness issue. There's something that's not connecting in your brain to make you realize that you're not doing something wrong. Like, you hitting up people on Craigslist. Yo, what are you doing? Like, there's only look, when you go to Craigslist, you already know that's a
wrap. It's a wrap.
You already know.
I got a couch off Craigslist. I knew it wasn't the best couch. He knew what he was getting into, fam.
That's what I'm saying.
On, man.
He went to Craigslist looking for foul. He went to Craigslist looking for foul.
It's a possibility there should be some bullshit on
Right.
there. You know what I'm saying?
He's probably at his house
Absolutely.
like, DMs ain't working today.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna have to hit the Craigslist up. Hey, because some nasty is gonna hit you on that. Like, hey,
all of this shit is just getting out of hand.
It's nuts.
It's just getting out of hand. Like, dudes is just doing dumb shit.
Where are your friends?
We're just in the year of
Where are your
dumb
friends?
shit.
Right.
I'm a millionaire. I'm a quarterback for a team. You gonna let me do this dumb shit?
But you know, I'm gonna tell you what the
I'm
problem
not gonna
is.
take my phone from you,
I'm
fam?
gonna tell you what the problem is. The problem is this. Yeah, you may be a millionaire, you may be my boy, but the problem is there's some guys that's doing this shit and they real private with this shit.
Right.
They ain't putting their whole business
And
out
that-
there.
and that's fine.
Then you got some dumb niggas that's gonna be like, you know what? Here we go.
Right.
I'm just gonna put my shit out here.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what you say.
Right.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
He probably
It is what
had
it
some
is.
dudes in his corner, Jeff, that said, listen, man, I don't think that this is a good idea. And Deshaun Watson probably looked at him and said, how much am I paying you? And he said, you know what, you're right.
But see, that's
right,
real
boss.
friends. If I
Different
said that
tax
to
bracket
you,
for
you
different
laugh at me.
things.
Yeah.
You laugh at me.
Yeah.
Like real friends. I can't tell that to none of my real friends.
No.
Even if I threw you a couple of stats. Nah, nigga, I ain't give you nothing. What?
Listen,
my homeboys ain't taking that from me.
I take the stacks from you.
I can hear his laughter now. I can hear his laughter now.
That's a
kidding me, man? You need to have real people in your corner, son.
Deshaun Watson first pick fantasy.
Not for me. Not for me, fam. I'm not taking him. And if he's there in the 5th,
Hey, listen. Ain't better than 5th round.
I may consider it. I may consider it. But listen, we're going to talk about more NFL stuff after the break. Welcome back, y'all. So, we can't talk NFL without talking about the most off-script news in the NFL right now. You know, everybody giving Mr. Zach Wilson his flowers right now because news broke that he likes older women. And it's not just older women. He likes his mom's friends. Wow. Now, how did the news break? I think there was some tweeting going back and forth with his ex-girlfriend, and the ex-girlfriend dropped the bomb. Like, you know, he likes dealing with his mom's people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this for me is one of those situations where we used to grow up as a kid, right? And you go to your boy house, and then you never seen his moms before, and then the moms reveals themselves, and the moms is bad,
and you like,
and now you like,
damn, like
now you like, yo, that was your sister though. Now that's my mom, and then it gets real awkwardly quiet.
Get it?
Like that's probably where Zach Wilson was. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was somewhere with his moms, and the friend came through, and he was like, "Ma, that's your homie. That's your yeah."
I love how this situation, just as a comedian, as like a student of comedy,
right?
It writes itself.
Yeah, it writes itself.
And I respect women. He should have never cheated on his girlfriend. It's fucked up. It's messed up. But she did expose it. She exposed it. She's now dating his best friend, who's a wide receiver for the Titans.
I think so. Yeah, he's in the NFL.
And he's in the NFL. Yeah, okay. She's dating wide receiver. So she's gonna be okay.
Good for her.
She's gonna be okay.
She went for Zach Wilson too.
But she put it out there like he did this,
right?
And everybody simultaneously was like, "Ooh,
right." So she might have thought that, "Oh, I'm gonna get him right now. I'm gonna bash him. They're gonna turn on him."
The pure comedy of it.
You now made a legend in New York. You now created Joe Namath 2.0 in New York.
I'm not even a Jet fan. I'm rooting for this kid.
Right. Listen, as the only Jet fan in here, right? Claude, how you think about the news, man?
Amazing.
Listen, I'm telling you.
So basically, what you're saying is this guy, okay, and I'm not privy to the conversation.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm just listening. I'm like a sponge right now.
Right.
So basically, you saying this young man, he's liking a seasoned woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
He saw his mom's homie and said, "Your mom's."
Hey, listen, mom's might be a good character.
Can I get that? And the mom's was like, I mean,
well,
you of age.
I'm not
shoot your shot.
And you know what's even better?
Better
comedically, he played for BYU. You know the name of the team?
Oh wow,
the Cougars.
Listen,
the Cougars.
Well, then I'm not mad at him because he was already. His mindset was already there. Like he was already.
Yeah, listen, man.
I just need something seasoned.
But the thing is, we haven't seen no pictures of the cougar yet.
Now that's the problem.
Now, if the picture goes viral,
now
she bad, he's gonna be a different type of legend.
Y'all realize this, right?
I'm buying his jersey.
Wait a minute.
Like people already buy his jersey, but they may make him the most popular quarterback in the NFL.
Is this my camera right here?
That is your camera right here.
Okay, this is my camera. I'm hoping that she don't look bad. Okay, I'm hoping she not.
But hold on. Can we play the other side of it though? Can we play the other side of it? What if she ain't bad? Does he still get the same credit?
Nah, I've heard of coaches judging quarterbacks by how their wives look.
Right.
So
what if she's hit? So he doesn't get the same legend?
Hell no. They're gonna be like, you fucked up.
You wanna do it?
Too much to lose.
Oh, so you think that he got a standard to keep?
Yeah, I think
you gotta be a certain type of cougar.
Absolutely.
You can't just be regular.
I think the picks will never drop, and if they do drop, she's gonna have her own OnlyFans account.
She probably got one now.
Easy.
She probably got one now.
Bro.
She got to.
If it's gonna be like that, it gotta make sense.
But here's the thing, though.
I like how 2 years ago he would have said Real Housewives or reality TV show.
You say OnlyFans now, right?
But it's 2022, 2023. Now it's OnlyFans.
Now listen, here's the thing, though.
Crazy.
But I'm gonna play the other side of it now, right?
Okay.
why not release the footage or the image of the lady? And if she does have an OnlyFans, you are now going to maximize her profit 1,000%. She's now gonna go from probably making $10K a month. She probably gonna make about $2 million.
Well,
That's money.
Well, if they didn't release it, if he didn't release it, 9 times out of 10. She hit like a motherfucker. That's just it.
We don't need a star Jimmy. We don't need an OnlyFans Zach.
Maybe he's trying to protect her. Maybe he's trying to protect her. You know what I'm saying? He's probably saying, listen, this is my cougar. I don't want nobody else looking at her.
Okay.
She's mine. Right? I don't want nobody else in her.
You can't take that route. You can't take that route. Like, this is mine. I don't want nobody else looking at it. I don't want nobody trying to take my food.
He don't want no other dibs.
Okay.
I don't want nobody else looking at her.
Another step up the notch for him.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yo, listen.
Makes him like,
yo, his legend grows.
Just put him in the hall, man.
That's my thing. But this is my thing, though. If he did expose her and just say, okay, this is who she is, now you look like the man.
That's what I'm saying.
You look like the man because everybody be like, yo, I got to get her. But like, nah, I already got that.
He's playing it cool. He's playing the market cool because he don't. Maybe she doesn't want the spotlight, and maybe they had this conversation already, and he was like, "Yo, what do you think?" And she's like, "Nah, let's still keep it on the wrap." So if he blows it up, he may mess up his.
She might be married. We don't know. We don't know.
This is true.
The person that's benefiting off this the most is the Jets.
Facts.
Easy.
Needed something.
I mean, morale shot through the roof.
Right.
He was not relatable.
He was not relatable.
He got buff this year.
Right.
He's lit.
You know what I'm saying? He might have a little a little dirt on his chin this year because he looked way too young last season. He looked like he was 14.
Yo, they started playing Playboy Cardi around him. He looked scared.
Right.
He looked like he was about to get up out of there.
He looked very intimidated. But the fact that you know what? Yo, he been capping this whole time then. So he playing the innocent role.
He been on the low.
And he's over here being
he took 2 girls to prom. This is who he is.
He really not.
See?
He's really not. He really over here. He really on the side over here getting it in.
Yo.
And he looking real innocent on this side over here.
Deshaun Watson need to take notes. Deshaun Watson
need to take notes. He's a silent assassin.
Silent killer. He must have took the Derek Jeter class of pimping. You know what I'm saying? This is how you move in New York.
Already better.
You know what I mean? He's a legend.
He's a legend.
So I give it to him.
So it don't even matter if he throws 38 interceptions this year, right?
Doesn't matter.
He can only grow his legend.
He already made his mark. He has already made his mark.
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter if he has a bad season as a quarterback, right?
No, it doesn't matter.
Throwing the ball.
I may just pick Zach Wilson in fantasy just because of this.
This situation just because of this. All of that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I respect that. Moving on. Let's get to the other issue in regards to there's a top 10 quarterback conversation going on right now, and there's an issue with one particular quarterback in the top 10. Now, we had an ex-Baltimore Raven, Bernard Pollard. He was asked a question about Lamar Jackson, said raving positive things about Lamar Jackson, saying that he's a top 10 talent. You know, the way he runs and stuff like that. He's very athletic. He's very good for the organization. He's a winning player, all of these positive things. But he said that he's not a top 10 quarterback. And Lamar Jackson, instead of taking the high road, goes ahead and now he's calling Bernard Powell. I don't even know who you are, fam, and all this nonsense. So he has an issue with Bernard Pollard really speaking facts. I mean, when I look at Lamar Jackson, I think of him as a superior athlete, but I don't think of him as a quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. There's a reason why Hollywood Brown isn't here. And Hollywood Brown could be able to say whatever he wants to the media to be able to kind of clean things up for Lamar Jackson. But at the end of the day, Hollywood Brown is in Arizona, and he's going to get thrown the ball by Kyler Murray that can be able to throw the deep pass. So all of those things, all of those positive things, because if Lamar Jackson was the quarterback in the offense that you wanted, you would have stayed in Baltimore. But the only reason why Baltimore runs this offense is because of the quarterback they have. You kind of work your offense around the talent that you have. Right. So if he's not capable of doing that, you have to scale it back a bit. So my thing for you, Jeff, is Bernard Pollard right in regards to what he's saying? And should Lamar Jackson be this sensitive about it?
So I'm actually going to come at this from 2 different angles. First of all, Lamar, you sound like a real casual on social media. To not know who Bernard Pollard is, I understand he's not a Ray Lewis. I understand he's not an Ed Reed.
But he's legit.
I'm a Patriot fan, bro. This dude was dubbed the Patriot Killer.
Right.
Tom Brady, Stephen Ridley, playoff. Gronk, playoffs. Aaron Hernandez, last tackle. This dude was taking out our biggest and our best. And if you don't remember, Stephen A. used to go on TV talking about Tom Brady's tap dancing in the pocket like Gregory Hines. That's because of the Ravens. That was because of guys like Bernard Pollard. I seen this guy put many of people to sleep.
Facts.
He'd have put you to sleep, Lamar.
Facts.
So before you talk, please do your research. But I do think, and I think Bernard was very, very complimentary, but I do think the Lamar can't throw or Lamar's not a good QB is a little bit overblown. Not everybody.
Is it really?
He's not a good outside. He's not a good thrower outside the numbers.
You gotta be a quarter. What are we talking about here? Hold on. What are we talking about here? He's not a good thrower outside of the numbers. Isn't that a part of the job of being a thrower?
He's 1,000% right, but styles make fights. Lamar's style is to run and to chew you up through the middle. They got 3 tight ends for a reason. They got 4 running backs for Lamar for a reason. That's the style of their offense.
Right.
So I think he has a top 10 talent. I think he should be in the top 10-ish. If he's 11, I'll be fine with it, of quarterbacks because of what he's able to do. I don't think it's fair that just because he's not great at throwing outside that people just dump on him. You use the skill set that he has and move forward with him.
All right.
I mean,
here's my thing, and I'll let you go, Derek. I just want to ask Jeff a question. I'm about to hit him with a nuclear bomb right now.
Flamed right now.
Nuclear bomb right now. You over here talking about outside that he can't make throw. Tim Tebow, right?
I saw it coming.
Tim Tebow.
I saw it coming.
Couldn't throw a lick, right? But he was a winner. They constructed the offense around him. He beat the Steelers in the playoff game, right? He did all these things. Where's Tim Tebow now? You're not in the NFL no more, right?
He's a
not a quarterback.
No, he's a commentator.
So my thing is this: if the shoe fits,
I didn't say the shoe didn't fit.
Nah, but you over here trying to make a case for the shoe. This is what it is. This is who he is, and this is what people are saying. People are not trying to bash Lamar, but the facts are the facts. If you're a quarterback and you can't hit your guys on deep passes on the outside, that's a problem. Because at some point during the game, you can't use your legs all the time. Absolutely. You're going to need to make certain throws. Absolutely. And if he can't do that, that's a problem. There's a reason why Michael Vick was one of the supreme athletes of our time. But nobody really remembers any quarterback moments from Michael Vick. You know why? Because he couldn't hit guys on the outside.
That's exactly where I was gonna go.
That's all it is.
That's exactly right. Now, mind you, I love Lamar Jackson.
Right.
I absolutely like. He's an exciting player to watch,
right.
Quarterback to watch.
Hell of a fantasy player.
But at the end of the day, if you can't make those outside passes, you can't really be in these talks like that. You
can't be in a conversation with Brady and Rodgers and
because
and
it's not about if that's the case. If you want to talk about running, then go be a running back.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
You know why he don't want to be a running back?
I'm not gonna put you in the quarterback talk.
You know why he don't want to be a running back? Because they don't pay enough. They don't pay enough, right? So he want to throw. He want to be a quarterback and not be a quarterback.
Lamar can do almost everything the regular quarterbacks can do, but none of them can do what he can do. So he has to be in that top 10.
Okay.
And he's young enough and hasn't gotten hurt enough that you can win a championship with him in the next 3 years.
Let me ask you a question.
If you win a championship with him, mission accomplished.
Right.
So now, is he going to have a long career? No. He's not a great thrower of the football. Cam Newton.
But if you can't,
Cam Newton.
You can't make those outside passes, how are you going to win championships like that?
My question is
this. Not always running.
The last quarterback that was really like Lamar, that got to a Super Bowl and got very close to winning, was who?
Yeah, it was Cam.
It was Cap. I would actually say Cap.
Cap more than Cam?
Yeah. Cap was more in that Lamar Jackson mold where he wasn't a very good thrower. He had a great arm. He can make magic with his legs. And they built the offense around him in San Francisco to be able to maximize his ability. But what happened in that Super Bowl? There were certain plays that he could not make.
Nah, I can't go with that. I'd rather go with Cam because Cam was never a good thrower of the football outside. That's
why he had the what I'm saying is I think Lamar is more accurate than Cam. That's why I can't compare Lamar to Cam.
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that.
Cam was never an accurate quarterback.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So that's the thing. I'm not going to say that Lamar can't make the short passes. He can. Cam can't make the short passes. Cam used to struggle with every pass. But Kaepernick used to know how to make certain throws, but he couldn't make the big throw to put you over the top.
I don't think that's a good year for you to use, though, because he
The
was
Super Bowl, yeah, why not?
He's one throw away from winning the damn Super Bowl.
But he couldn't make it.
A bad call.
He couldn't make it.
A bad call away from winning the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna put that on.
You doing semantics right now.
I'm not gonna put that on.
You doing
I remember
semantics.
that Super Bowl like it was yesterday. They were winning. These niggas cut the lights off, and these motherfuckers came back. Ray Lewis was done that year. This dude that blew out both his triceps, fucking flexing on the sideline. He was a target. If it wasn't for guys like Bernard Pollard picking up the fucking hits that they were throwing to Ray Lewis, they wouldn't even got that far. I remember that. I'm not gonna put him in that. I'm not gonna put him in that box. Cam is more of a comp. Because like you said, Cam was never a great thrower of the football on the outside. No. Thank God for guys like Ted Ginn who could get fucking fully open and nobody's around him for 6 yards. Thank God for Kelvin Benjamin who had an ultimate catch radius but couldn't run any routes. Thank God for guys
I've never seen a 6'5" wide receiver that can't do nothing else.
Wild, bro.
He would just catch the ball and
straight
just
50-50 balls.
He would catch the ball and then just go down. There was no yards. There's no yards.
If I go down, you can't hit me.
Right.
If I go down, you can't.
Why are you 6'5" and you got no ability to break away, bro?
Crazy.
What's wrong with you?
Crazy. So I'll definitely put him in the Cam Newton comp a little bit more than a comp. But like, listen, styles make fights. Everybody has different styles. I don't think he has the style to last long. I don't.
Nah,
if he doesn't go deep or win in the next 3 years, like it's not happening, bro.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
I agree. Like he will never be Josh Allen.
Nah.
And I said that coming out of the draft, and people looked at me like I was crazy.
Nah.
I said Josh Allen will be better than Lamar Jackson. No, yo, you bugging, boy. I said, okay. I said, I know what a quarterback looks like. Josh Allen's a quarterback.
I gotta ask you now that you said that, can I ask you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Moving forward, from what you've seen in the past 2 years, Justin Herbert or Patty Mahomes?
Herbert.
My bro.
Herbert. Listen, Claude can tell you. Claude can tell you that I was on the Herbert train from day one back in Oregon, where they said that they're not sure if his skills are going to translate to the NFL. I said, bullshit. I said, this kid is big. He has a big arm, and he can command the offense.
Okay.
And he makes every throw at the college level, which means that, guess what? He'll make every throw at the NFL level. It doesn't matter about the interceptions. It doesn't matter about turnovers. You're looking for certain aspects and attributes for a quarterback in college. And he checked all the boxes.
Yeah, I think he takes all the boxes this year.
So Herbert, for me, I think he's going to have a big jump, and he may end up being in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, I think he has a crazy year this year.
Yeah. So I may have to take Herbert in the 5th round. That's what I may do. I may do that. Don't even try it. Don't even do that to me. You know, I need to make sure that I solidify.
We definitely got to have a fantasy extravaganza before.
Oh, facts. We got to do something, man. I might have an all-even league. You know, we may end up having to do that. Derek, you down? I know you don't play fantasy, but I'll put you down anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn. I'm still trying to learn, man.
All right, so we'll take advantage of you then. We'll put you down and take advantage of you. Pause.
Yeah, I gotta take advantage of shit. Like,
you, Nicole, you down?
Damn.
Nah, come on. All right, listen. We're gonna get into the LeBron James, Brittney Griner situation. What are your thoughts on what he said? Did you hear what he said, Chloe?
Can you recap us?
Yes. I mean, basically on the shop, you know, he kind of was talking about Brittney Griner being in Russia, imprisonment, you know, for over 100 days. And he was just like, you know, if he was Brittney, the way he'd be feeling is like, do I want to come back to the United States? Because it seems like they've forgotten about me. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not coming to get me, and it's all... So people kind of took that out of context. Obviously, he didn't record it yesterday. He must have recorded this months ago, and now it's like there's more information that's come out. There's more details that have come out, and I think he was just kind of going into the psyche of how she's thinking,
right? Not
really coming at the U.S. because what we know about Russia and the U.S. dating back decades is that there's always been conflict. There's always been strife. There's a lot of Americans right now that are in prison all over the world in regards to certain situations that Brittney Griner's in right now.
Military people.
Right? So it's like people are making this a big deal because she's a an athlete. She's not the highest profile athlete, but she is an athlete, right? She's a U.S. citizen. Now, I don't think that LeBron James said anything wrong. I think he could have phrased it a little differently because you're a public figure. People look at you differently when things come out of your mouth. Obviously, they want to hear more from you. You know what I'm saying? So he spoke from his heart, spoke with emotion, but maybe he took the wrong route. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are your thoughts on that, fellas?
I mean, absolutely. What he says holds weight.
Yeah,
he's LeBron James. Let's be clear about that. He holds weight. But at the end of the day, when you in those type of situations, you may feel like, oh, she may be thinking like, why would I want to come back to the U.S.? They don't even want to hold me down in this type of moments. But there's a lot of moving pieces that a lot of people don't see.
Right.
That goes into this stuff. Yeah, we can. It's to the outside people. It's always easy to say, you know what? Why y'all just can't swoop in there and just get her and just bring her back home? But it's not that easy. It's just not that easy. The politics of it. That's a totally different country.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? That's a totally different country. And they got their rules. They got their rules just like we have ours.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we got to be conscious of what their rules is and conscious of what our rules is.
Exactly.
It's two totally different places.
I agree.
We can't just, we can say everything we want to say. We can believe whatever we want to believe. But at the end of the day, we got to believe the facts.
Right.
And the facts is that's their country.
That's their rules.
This is our country.
Right.
And whatever rules they have, that's the rules that they have.
Right.
Whatever rules that we have, that's what we have. We just got to be conscious as U.S. citizens. When we go over there,
right,
we got to be conscious of what we do.
That's facts, because think about it. Like, if we know that the U.S. and North Korea have always been at odds, right? I go on vacation. I say I want to go to North Korea, right? I'm going to make sure that whatever's in my bag and whatever I bring is not illegal that's going to get me detained and put in prison in North Korea, right? The issues are what it is. You have to be smart in regards to how you move. I don't care how many times you've played in Russia. I don't care how many times you've used these particular items. You need to know that this is not something that's actually legal. I can commit illegal acts 15 times in a row. That 16 times somebody gets me and they want to charge me, guess what? It's illegal. It don't matter if I did it 15 times and didn't get caught. It's not the law. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that. I get it. You know, she's a human being. She's been over there a long time. It's a tough situation. But at the end of the day, this is what it is, right? I hope that she comes home soon. But people gotta look at it from just the X and O's of it. Just the black and white situation. You are not going to go to a country and not follow the adequate rules or the laws that are in place. You are not above any laws that are in place anywhere, period.
And I think that's a big issue right now politically, because so many people don't follow politics, don't understand politics, but as soon as something like this happened, they just want to blame whatever current administration.
Exactly.
We're not going to no country and just going to get somebody.
No.
That's not how it works.
And especially, we are not going to give up the...
Let's talk about the big
right. We're not gonna give up the big kahuna that we have over here.
You understand what I'm saying?
Let's just keep it on it.
Exactly.
We're not gonna give up the God of War.
Somebody that's
an assassin.
That's
an assassin
right.
for somebody that's a basketball player. This just doesn't make any sense.
And you're not even LeBron.
You will stay over there.
My man had a movie about his life played by Nicolas Cage.
Right.
Like Brittney Griner's movie might make
Nicolas
Netflix
Cage plays you. You know,
they're not trading her, son. They're not.
You just put on. I don't even know if it's going to end on a Peacock. It just maybe on what's the other Tubi or something.
Yeah.
It'll be on one of those things.
It'll be on Tubi. It won't get the Peacock. It won't get the Netflix.
I know two girls who might play in the Lifetime movie version. I'm just saying, like, she's not there yet.
That's all I'm saying, man.
I just don't see it.
I get it. You know, people want...
And we want her home. Don't get the jokes. Don't make the jokes like we're going to joke. This is a podcast. We want her home. Right.
Absolutely.
Be real. Like, we're not going over nowhere and just getting nobody.
Right.
But we got to be honest. Yeah. We got to be honest with the facts and honest with ourselves. At the end of the day, if we're going to move in other countries, we got to be smart.
Right.
We can't move stupidly. We can't just think what I can do in the U.S., I can just do over in somebody else's country.
Right.
It's totally different.
I agree. I agree.
And like what's done in those 4 lines, as a basketball player is something totally different. My celebrity between those 4 lines may be something totally different than when I get to that airport and I'm seeing TSA and all this. They don't give 2 shits about what you did in them 4 lines.
That's facts.
They can care less. I mean, once you get over here, TSA, this is something totally different. You got contraband. Oh, you fucked up.
Right.
They don't care nothing about that shit. I don't care if you're a basketball player.
Listen, I don't care. I don't care if I played rec ball and somebody recognized me.
They can care less.
TSA, they gonna tackle me just the same. You know what I'm saying?
I want to hear from y'all though. What about the fact that she feels like she has to go to Russia to play? The fact that she makes $220K in the USA versus the $2 million that she's making in Russia.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you. It's very simple. Nobody ain't watching no WNBA over here. When was the last WNBA game you watched?
It's been a few years.
How about you, Nicole?
I went to one with my son.
How about you, Cole? How about you, Derek?
I don't watch it. Let's be honest. It's not exciting.
Yo, I got a sports podcast and I don't cover it. You know why? Because it don't interest me. I'm not knocking them. They have skill. It's a great league. But if the people that love to support certain dynamics in our society, like for equal pay and this and that and certain laws and things that need to be on the level playing field, but you not spending your money to go watch WNBA games, you not watching it, you not buying the product, then how is your argument valid with the other situations?
Absolutely.
You're not putting the same energy into this. So that's why the WNBA ain't making no bread, because the people that want to talk, they not putting no money behind it. So, of course, Brittney Griner is going to have to go to Russia to go make money. Of course, people in the offseason going to have to go work at BJ's and go work at Aeropostale and do whatever they got to do to keep the lights on, because that's what it is. They not making enough bread.
Listen, it's extremely fucked up.
Right.
That they got to make a little bit of money over here.
That they got to drive Uber on the
weekends? You know what I'm saying? Like they got to do Lyft and all types of shit. It's cool. I get it. It's fucked up that they got to make a little bit of money here, but then go overseas and they make $2 million over there, but they can't make it here. But at the end of the day, we don't. The NBA and the WNBA is not making it exciting for the viewer.
Right
here.
Yeah, you got
it. It starts here because this is where it's at. It starts here. So if in the US it's not exciting, what the fuck you think is gonna happen over there?
You gotta put butts.
We're not even watching here.
You gotta put butts in the seats, and if you don't put butts in the seats, there's no money behind it.
Bro, there was 1 year I looked at the stat that the Big Three had more people in attendance than the WNBA.
Yeah.
Conflict. Listen, let me just say this very loud. Conflict brings motherfucking people to the seats.
That's it, man.
So, conflict. So at the end of the day, when you watch the Big Three, it's a lot of conflict, bro. Like, you got dudes playing, older cats that they haven't seen play in a long time. They sitting here bumping each other. They fighting. They doing conflict. Right. And on top of that, they still showing that they can still play. Right. So there's a difference.
Now, listen, we gonna move on for the WNBA. And last segment of the show, the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week. But we're going to do that after the break. Welcome back, y'all. So without further ado, the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
So we pick the candidates every Monday and Tuesday. I mean, there's no other show. I used to do a Tuesday show, and now it's just a Saturday show. So we do that now. Chloe, who do you think it is? Dummy of the Week this week. Emilio Estevez? Okay, definitely not Emilio Estevez. Nicole, you think the Dummy of the Week is? Nicole never knows, but she's always just cooling, right? Jeff, what do you think it is? I
give it to Kyrie, talking about I always want to stay in Brooklyn. Man, listen.
Kyrie makes news, but he not the Dummy of the Week. What do you think, Derek?
Honestly, I don't know. There's so many motherfucking dummies out here. I don't even know.
Yeah, there's
a lot of dummies out here.
There's always one, and I always pick the right one, and I found one. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner for Dummy of the Week this week, the WNBA. The WNBA are my winners for Dummy of the Week. Because here's my thing, right? I was on my phone and just scrolling through news, right? Scrolling through news like I always do. Just kind of prep for the show. And what do I find? I find the WNBA All-Star Game. And forgive me, I don't remember who won the award. I think it was the former, the reigning MVP.
Anybody knows?
Yeah, people know. Don't disrespect, right? But the girl was there celebrating her award, right? And mind you, we know what trophies are supposed to look like in professional sports. We got the Stanley Cup, that's a big ass trophy. You know, the Larry O'Brien is a great trophy. The MVP award is big. The All-Star Game for basketball. Every other sport has its own good trophy. Not this one. She came out there with a trophy this big. Yo, it was this big. She literally had to hold it like this in the camera. I was like, nah. We a professional league, and you can't get a trophy that's bigger than a fantasy league trophy?
Oh, she had the little pee-wee joint.
Yo, she had a pee-wee joint, bro.
Okay.
This is why the WNBA is in the situation that they're at. This is your premier All-Star game, and you got the littlest trophy for your winner?
I'd rather have a Summer League ring.
Give me the Summer League ring. Bro. They were the dummies last week. Give me the Summer League ring.
But it's insane, bro. It's insane. They don't market them correctly. This is why motherfuckers don't pay attention to them.
What trophy is that?
Shit like
that trophy shouldn't be bigger than the WNBA. That
trophy that I got over there, I won in a rec league tournament 7 years ago, and it is 3 times the size of what a professional athlete got.
Oh my God!
You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
That's crazy.
And you wonder why people don't watch the WNBA. You wonder why?
They just don't market them right.
Listen, if she got kids, right, and she bring that trophy home,
they gonna
and
put that
trophy on the mantle, and she got kids that play in sports like soccer or baseball, that baseball trophy is gonna be bigger than her MVP trophy.
That is a fact.
What are we doing here?
Fact.
What are we doing here?
Absolute
People gonna come to her house and be like, oh, yo, I remember you won the MVP trophy. Can I see it?
No. That shit's mad with you, bro.
She gonna put that shit in the back over there.
Yo,
in the back. It's not even gonna be seen, bro.
WNBA gotta do better, man. They gotta do better. I understand that times is hard right now. You probably got 100 people at your game, but listen, you gotta make sure that you at least spend some money on the trophy. At least you ain't got no money in the back for the trophy.
Shit, you ain't
paying. People can't put $100 together. Like you know how fantasy leagues are, right? You pool your money together. Listen, we got a league. Everybody put in $50. We can be able to get a good trophy, get a belt. They couldn't even do that. That's crazy to me.
That's crazy, bro.
That's tough, bro. That's crazy.
I feel bad. But at the same time, I don't. Because it's funny. And it makes my show great.
Yeah.
So, the WNBA, you guys are the biggest losers right now and probably the biggest cheapskates. But guess what? You're the winner for Dummy of the Week. That's all for this show. Listen, fellas, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. This week was fun. Jeff, you coughing all over the place. I got to make sure I check you after, before you leave. I don't want you to contaminate the rest of the guests. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got the rapid test coming here. Derek, you don't show your face by once every 10 years. So I appreciate you coming on the.
I appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah. You gotta make sure you come to the podcast, often, man. I appreciate your presence.
I enjoyed this today.
You know what I'm saying?
Good candid conversation.
I like what you building here, bro. It did not look like this a few months ago.
Yeah, we working, man. We working little by little, man. All Leaving podcasts. It's the wave. It's growing. Claw, I appreciate you. Nicole on the ones and twos.
We're gonna get Nicole with some of her opinions next time.
Listen, Nicole is she a one hit quitter. She'll say one thing and it'll ring bells. You know what I'm saying? That's what she does. You know what I mean? But until next week, stay safe. Stay cool. Peace. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at All Even Podcast. Listen to the show on Podbean, Amazon Music, Spotify, and wherever you find your podcasts available. And check out my YouTube channel, All Even Podcast. And don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button.
My son is the champ, so get over it.